welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina. Today I'm reacting to a video of Charlie Kirk debating a queer woman on a college campus. Let's see how this one goes.
Myself, I'm a queer person, and I know that you have a lot of stuff that you wouldn't agree with me on, but I think it's important to actually debate the topics and not just fight, so.
I totally agree. Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
When I grew up, calling someone queer was like a slur. Can you tell me what that means? I mean that sincerely. And how is it different than just saying you're lesbian or bisexual or gay?
So it can be different for everyone, because gender, sexuality, it's a spectrum just like anything else. And for me personally, I like everyone.
No, but what does queer mean, though?
Queer, it's just a label.
What does the label mean?
It's different for everyone.
Okay. Right. No, I know, but that doesn't...
I hear people going, oh my God.
No, I just want I want a definition. I mean, I'm not trying to put you as a trap, though. I mean this, because when I grew up, if I called somebody queer, I would get in trouble. Just give me like a working definition.
Yeah, so queer is just something that you identify as with your sexuality. It can be related to gender too.
Right, but how do you know once you achieve queer? Like what is the, like, can you give me, saying that anybody can be it doesn't tell me what that thing is. That makes sense though? Like, it'd be like saying, you become an adult when you feel like you're an adult. I mean, you have to say that there is an objective.
What's the difference between me identifying as queer and me identifying as there is really no difference, because the definition of is the same as queer, which is it's just an identifier. It means nothing. So you can call yourself something that means nothing and it'll mean nothing. So I don't know what these people, no one can answer this question. What is queer? No one knows. It just means, look at me, I'm special. But they're not. They want to be special, but they're not, which is why they identify into, but I don't know. She's bisexual. She loves everybody, which is, it's just so silly.
I'm glad that everyone's having so much fun.
Well, they're
with this.
laughing because I'm trying to glean like what it means.
Yeah.
Because when someone says queer, that doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah, so that's what a debate is for.
Debate back.
Thank you. So, it's literally just an identity.
Right, okay. But
So if it's just an identity, then why does it matter so much? It's very flippant of her to say it's just an identity. If people go so hardcore on these identity issues and identity politics, and yet they don't have a definition, and they just say it's just this, it's throw it in the wind and let it blow away kind of thing. If it's so important, why are you so flippant about it? Like, make it make sense to us. But she can't, because she doesn't know.
right, but like what is that identity? For example, if I were to say I'm a conservative, let me give an example.
Yeah.
A conservative is someone who believes in small government, strong borders, American exceptionalism, the Constitution. How would you then give a definition of queer that someone looking at could say, oh, that is queer, like connect the dots?
So, I'm gay, right?
What? Hold the phone. What? You're gay. At the beginning, she said she loves everybody. She identified as queer. I took that as you're bisexual with extra steps. Now she's saying she's gay. See, this is why us gays, we do not want this gender ideology to be anywhere near our sexuality, because it completely cross-cancels out gay and lesbian and even bisexual. Queer does all that, because if you say I'm a lesbian, a queer person will take that as, oh, they love everybody who identifies as a woman, which is not the case. Lesbians are only attracted to biological females. But the gender ideology comes in and completely eradicates that definition, which eradicates, technically, me as a lesbian, which is why it's bunk.
Okay, no, that's good. So,
Yeah.
So what's the difference then gay and queer?
Then why do you use it? Why do you use, if there's no different definition, if there's no difference between gay and queer, then why are you using a different word? to look special. That's it. But you look dumb trying to explain yourself when you have no words to use.
The whole point of it is that it has a different definition for everyone.
No, I know, but what is the difference then of...
Well, the whole point of the word queer is it's a different definition for everyone. So if you're identifying as queer, how does anyone know what the fuck you are? No one knows. You could walk into the room and say, hey, I identify as everything. And it's not going to make a bit of difference if you say that or if you identify as queer, because queer means nothing. So you identify as nothing and everything all at the same time, which just shows people around you, if they don't buy into your ideology, that you are a very mentally unwell, probably problematic, combative person who always wants to get their way. None of us want to be around that. None of us.
Gay and queer.
Next person.
No! I get more questions, right?
Yeah, sure.
When did I say I was good at it?
No, guys, I'm not trying. I mean this because I think that in society, just so you know my perspective,
So,
they're not
what?
chanting at you, just so you know.
No, I have a real question.
Okay.
I have a real question. What are your favorite policies that you want implemented from Trump? Like if he were to be elected?
I think we should drill our natural resources to bring down the price of oil and natural gas. I think we should broker peace between Russia and Ukraine.
Remove men from women's sports, from women's spaces, women's prisons, women's shelters, etc. Eradicate gender ideology from college, preschools, middle schools, and high schools.
I think we should try to end the Israeli war as quickly and as humanely possible. I believe we should secure the southern border, cut taxes for middle-income earners, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, no men and women's sports. Those are just some of the policies off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I agree that taxes should be lowered because the taxes are extremely high, especially here. And I know you brought up earlier that...
Why do I have a feeling she's never filed taxes a day in her life?
It's way more expensive now to have housing than it was even like a couple years ago. And I think it's super important to talk about that because it's...
Anyone? Someone ask her what a mortgage is. I'd like to hear a response to that one.
Really impossible for especially college students to be expected to have housing after they graduate.
So, totally agree. So why is it...
Well, you're not going to find a very good job if your degree is in female studies and gender and sexuality studies. What job are you going to find with that? You're not buying a house. You dug your grave, sister.
that when Trump was president, an average house you could get at $75,000 combined income a year. Now it's $130,000 a year. Why is that?
So I will say that I don't agree with everything.
My assumption is that the reason there's not as much housing is because not many houses are being built. The houses that are available are given to illegal immigrants, and that's not leaving houses for actual American people. And the prices are going up because there's less houses around for people to move into. So the prices are skyrocketing. What Trump says is what he's going to do, what he says he's going to do, is to open up land to be able to build more affordable houses for people who are lower on the income bracket. Yes, Kamala, though, she'll say Donald Trump bad.
That Kamala Harris stands for, and I'm not that knowledgeable about it. That's why I'm having the debate so I can learn. But I also don't agree with Trump. So
On what though? What?
I just don't.
Can you give me?
You're booming.
I'm not. Don't. No, guys, don't.
Yeah. You hate seeing a girl just stoop low. You hate it sometimes, because she, instead of taking the high road, the road of the adults and being like, okay, you guys are, you're booing me and you're getting a little rowdy. Okay, but I can hold my own. I'm a grown woman. I can handle this. Instead, she gets very toddler-esque, very 3-year-old-ish, and go, hoo, ha, boo, boo, me, boo, making fun of you guys, but really I look stupid. That's kind of how it comes across. Not good optics for her. Purple hair, though, really just emphasizes that. The optics are bad.
No, please.
Yes!
Don't boo.
Thank
Don't
you,
boo.
guys.
Please don't boo. What's your name?
Taylor.
Taylor, thank you for coming up. Can you give me...
birth name, though, is Susie. Taylor is a in-between genders kind of name, because I think she goes by they, them.
Two things that you don't agree with Trump on, or would you like me to try to win you over for Trump?
So you're not going to be able to do that, but I appreciate it.
Well, then you're not open-minded.
So
You know, for the people who act like they're the most open and accepting people, they're not very open-minded. You know what I mean? Why have the conversation if you're not willing to listen to some facts? Are you just coming here to argue? What are you doing to yourself? What are you doing?
Well, first of all,
If you say that there's nothing you can then hear to be won over for Trump, then you got to give me a good reason, at least two, why you don't like Trump.
he's racist. Yup, boomy. Thank you.
One reason why I kind of don't like Trump is because he was being very handsy and very chauvinistic kind of with the ladies, especially when he was younger. You know, he's admitted to it. I mean, I can't give him credit for that, but when it comes to politics, I guess I'd have to give him credit because most people just don't admit to it. So I do have a problem with him when it comes to that, but, you know, the whole grab her by the thing. But the thing is that I have two options here, right? The one who knows what a pussy is and the one who doesn't. So who do you think I'm picking?
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so let me ask you a dumb question. Can you define what does it mean to be racist?
Do you want me to look up a definition?
No, I want you to. You said he's a racist, so you must have a definition of racism in your mind. Tell me what that definition is.
Did you sense the nervous laughter? The nervous laughter is there for a reason, because she doesn't have an answer. Because she's still stuck in this high school mentality where they think they know everything and their beliefs are the right beliefs when really they don't really know anything and aren't as open as they believe they are. They don't really see themselves like everyone else sees them as the person that they are. They think they're a different person than what they're projecting. And what she's projecting is just not what she thinks it is. It's not the smart, intelligent they, them that is showing Charlie some sass. Sorry, honey. It's just not.
Okay, so, I'm gonna make you guys wait on this. Ooh, zero knowledge.
Guys, please don't heckle. I want to try to understand because these words have a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
But you can't get. I know it's hard on the spot. I just want you to think about it because if you say Trump is a racist, you should be able to easily give a definition of what that word means.
So it's hatred towards another race, right?
So when has he ever exhibited that? Give me clear and specific examples.
You got one? Well, yeah, I heard someone say he told.
See, this is the thing. I used to be like this. So I do get it to a degree, where you have your beliefs, but you can't defend them. Because no one has ever asked you about them in order to more clearly understand them. You're just around a whole bunch of people who agree with you without having the discussion of why you believe in those things. See, for me, when I have a opinion, I do a lot of research on both sides in order to understand where I sit. And with people like this, they don't do that. Now, you're going to have to be subjected to a line of questioning that might be uncomfortable, in which case you might find out that you don't know the reason why you hold certain beliefs. And that's a really uncomfortable feeling because it makes you very defensive and angry and shut down. But the point is to self-reflect and try to understand and research why you are feeling like that is your opinion. A lot of people on the left don't like to do that. They don't like to be questioned. They just like to boast their opinion and then yell at you, which doesn't do much good for getting other people on your side. So this is how I see the divide when it comes to the left versus right, which is why a lot of lesbians are leaning more from the left towards the middle, because this side on the right is more willing to listen to you and ask you questions. And the side on the left is just willing to yell at you and not accept you and almost hate you for why you believe the things that you believe. And some of the reason I think is because their bitter about the fact that they don't know why they believe the things that they do. And they're angry at you because you know why you believe the things that you do. And you can go up against people in debates and be able to defend yourself when they can't. So I think it might be a jealousy thing as well. I don't know. What do you think?
Yes!
Okay, but let me just help you out here.
Huh?
What you think he's a racist because the media has told you he's a racist. Because you can't give me an example off the top of your head, and even when you phone a friend to the audience. I'm not criticizing you. Maybe the media is lying to you. Maybe the man who's being called a racist is actually someone that's trying to improve lives of all Americans.
I think this is fun, guys. So,
Notice this. She smiled, nervous laughter. I think this is fun, guys. She crossed her arms. That's showing uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. My words aren't matching my actions and how I'm feeling inside. And this oozes out of a lot of people who identify as queer on the left. A lot of them are like this, I've seen. That the words they're saying don't match the feelings inside or the actions of the body.
I think this is fun, guys. So,
Okay, so let me just ask one final question for you.
Yeah.
Which is, you say you are liberal.
Yeah.
Right? And you say you lean to the left.
yeah.
Are you open-minded to have your mind changed on your core political principles
On my core political principles,
or
if
philosophical?
If it's a fact, then sure.
Cool. So can I give you a fact I want you to think about? Kamala Harris, as she's been in charge of the border, we have 320,000 missing children right now in this country that were all sex trafficked or labor trafficked across the southern border. Do you agree that that should probably get more attention?
I think any type of issue like that should get attention.
Have you heard about that before me mentioning it?
Not really. Like I said, I don't really know that much.
No, but hold on. But you knew enough to say Trump was a racist. Why do you think you don't know that there's 320,000 missing kids in America? Why is that?
It's not really presented in the media. The media is so focused right now.
Which is how you know what side of the media she watches. The side that does more of the propagandizing for Kamala and suppressing the reality of the situation of what's going on in America. It's all the left-wing media, which unfortunately, I do watch in order to get both sides' opinions and facts, because you know. Anyway, with the left wing, they pretty much just say, Trump bad. Hey guys, Trump bad. Everybody, I know you're worried about the border, but Trump's bad. You're going to lose your democracy. As if they think we're stupid. I was here when he was president. I remember what happened. He didn't do the stuff you're saying. This didn't work the first time around. Why are you doing the same? This is what we call crazy. You're doing the same thing, expecting a different result. It's not going to happen.
Now on the battle between conservative and liberal.
But isn't that a core part of the battle, that the liberal vice president has allowed 320,000 kids to go missing?
So how has she allowed that exactly?
That's a good question. She's in charge of the border. She has stopped DNA testing at the border. So if a kid comes to the border, 12 years old, and someone says, I'm their father, there's no DNA rapid testing that takes 90 seconds to make sure that's actually the father. Most times it's a pimp that is selling the girl into sex slavery in the interior of the United States.
Sex slavery does make a lot of money because this is so unfortunate, but little girls can be reused. Drugs, you can't reuse them and sell them over and over and over again. You can do that with people, though. Henceforth, if you get them young and you bring them over here, you can gain a lot of money by using them for a multitude of years. But you can't do the same with drugs. Once you have it and once you sell it, it's out of your hands, it's gone. So these bad criminals that are coming across the border have figured out a very financially evil, a very profitable way of making money by doing very little. Because the United States government isn't checking the boxes and being more thorough with people who are coming over the border. So these people on the left Kamala Harris saying that they're for women. The facts tell you different. They don't care about women. They don't care about little girls, but they don't want you to know what's happening because that would blow them in. You got to keep your eyes open. Anyway, if you like this video, subscribe, like, and comment. Join our memberships for early access to our videos, uncensored videos, prioritized commenting, and so much more. I hope you have a good day. Thank you.